Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of... I just realized I may have made a mistake. And hopefully we can rectify this in a relatively quick fashion, because this is not good. Because I have this wonderful piece of real estate that's all nice and green and beautiful now. That's going to turn into poo water the next bad tide that runs through the area. And, well, we're right in the middle or in the tail end of a drought. We've got about 5 days remaining on this drought. And, well, I need to fix this before it becomes an issue for us. So, how is that going to be fixed, you ask? I don't know. But I need to do it quick, because this is going to be bad. First of all, we need to close this up. We need to prevent the flood of bad water through that area, and then funnel the bad water back through this way, and then figure out how to punt it off the side of the mountain without too much of an issue. Now, we do have this available to us, which gives us a nice outlet. We just need to fill this in with a little bit of lumber, and then that shouldn't be too much of an issue for us. But the problem is, I kind of wanted to get over here and turn this into a nice green piece of real estate as well. So that kind of sucks. By that, I mean it absolutely stinks a lot, and I'm not happy about that. So we're going to have to figure out how to fix that in the future. Now, the stopgap that we need to take advantage of or do right now is, of course, getting up here and placing some levees over here, and then clearing this out and blasting this out so that we can have a quick and easy escape for all the bad tides, so that we can keep this nice and green and lush, and a place for us to do stuff like planting all the foodstuffs and all of the trees that we still need to plant. Now, this is all in, and all of this is about to pop. It's got about, I'd say, 10-ish days remaining before the majority of this stuff pops. Obviously, we've got a few of these back here, which have been helping us in the lumber problem that we've created for ourselves. So that is nice over there, but I'd like some more over here. Of course, if we look down in here, you can see that our diversion tunnel has been crafted quite beautifully, if I do say so myself, allowing for the bad tide to go out this way and not be an issue for anything back on this side. So that will be nice. That, of course, means that we need to figure out... Yeah, we need to get in here. We need to get that rectified yesterday, and that needs to be done quickly. Now, that's going to be a problem because we're out of lumber still. Now, we've got some back here, so that should help us out a fair bit. But I want to clear or fix this problem first. So instead of doing what I had originally intended to do, which was get in here, fix this problem that I've created for myself, getting up here, placing down a bunch of these platforms like right in here, and then doing a bunch of these beautiful suspension bridges over the top, allowing us to build out and over and all that fun stuff. No, that's not going to be our priority, at least for now. We hopefully will have some time to get over here and get that rectified or get that moving, which will take a hot minute to accomplish. But first off, we need to get this taken care of down here. And on top of that, I still need to get over here and provide them a quick and easy way up and over here and on our zip lines. Because right now we don't really have a beautiful method of travel into our new farmland over here. I haven't decided what kind of farmland I want to turn this into. I think food is good for now. I think we can get away from doing food. We might throw in a farmhouse, an aquatic farmhouse in here, just to get us some more of our sunflower seeds, because that's the only food stuff that's really holding us back right now. We've got plenty of wheat. We've got plenty of all of our underwater crops, which is good. And I think our major limiting factor is honestly just lumber at this point. So this is probably all going to turn into a lumber area. We might fill this in so we can get some more water crops down in here, which would be nice, so we can have more spatterdock and more of our cattail. And cattail's nice, but yeah, we need to get this done. So let's go ahead. We're going to grab this pathway right here, rip that across, connect all of that. We're going to then put in or grab this, rip this down. What is happening? Grab this, rip that down. And then grab our path once more. Come across here. Path, or put in our staircase right here and here. Then we want to come over here. And then, path along here. Down, down, down. And earlier round, sugar, we're going, never mind. That's a different song. Okay, so that allows us to gain access to all that. We're going to grab this. We're going to rip all of that apart right there. On top of that, we're going to put in, I'm thinking the double floodgates will be a little bit cheaper than trying to put in levees. Or not. Probably not. That's going to be 30 units, and that's going to be 12 units. And it'd be 24 units to, yeah, I think this is going to be the answer for us. So that's going to go like that. We're going to just rip that across like that, and that will be a nice thing for us to work on. Of course, we need to get in here, do the same thing, and cap that off like such as. Now, this all has the absolute highest priority that we can give it, because this is an emergency situation here, guys. We've got less than 6 days to get this accomplished, and yeah, so that means go. Let's get this fixed. Now let's get back up to here. I have moved some bodies around. I've unpaused a few of these positions down here so they can actually get in and tear down some of these guys. So some of those oaks have 15 days remaining. These guys have 30 or 20 days remaining, so, or 20% remaining. Sorry, not 20 days remaining. But we've got things moving and grooving, so that is glorious. So that's good to see. We've got you with no goods in stock. Why are you not cutting any of that? Because none of that has been marked for cutting, so that's on me. That should get that rectified. That will help out a little bit with all of the procurement of that lumber, which will be really nice, and I love to see it. Great. How are our builders moving? Our builders are moving and grooving. They've already got the platforms in. They're about to toss in the last log for that wooden stairs set right there, which means they can then get down into here and start filling this in for us. They shouldn't have any issues as far as reaching any of that is concerned, so that is good to see. What is this? Your 5 planks. Do I care for 5 planks? I kind of do, but not enough to go rescue it right now. And there's not really... Well, I could mess with that a little bit to get some of that, but that's fine. That is not for us to be too concerned about. And I could maybe think about getting up there and getting some of that lumber, but I don't think it's that juice is worth the squeeze, honestly. I just want them to finish doing this. Now... let's see here. All right, great. Beautiful. They haven't finished that wooden stair set, but they started throwing in plank or logs into these levees, so that's good. That is brilliant. So we'll let them continue working that. I won't hamper their abilities to do the beavery things, okay? We're just going to let them do what they do best. We are going to drop this priority-wise and just fill this up to the max there. And we've got 2 bots with nothing to do with their hands. So let's see here. Where can we toss a bot or 2? Probably in there. And that will help out with some of our metal block production. And let's see how this is doing. That's maxed out. That's not maxed out. So that's another bot in there for bad tide or bad water procurement. So that would be nice for us. Now, the rest of our beavers probably are a little bored. The rest of our building beavers are really bored because they don't really have much in the way of things to do. I do need to tell them to stop prioritizing or bringing stuff over here unnecessarily, because we're not working back in here right now, so that's totally fine. We did lose Timberbot 5, though. That's sad to see. Let's check on this progress. They've already got a few of those pieces in. They've got 2 more blocks left to go, so that's another 14 pieces of lumber rocketing and rolling to go. Maybe we do get up here. I know it's probably not worth the squeeze, but if we can get some of this lumber and it's a little bit easier to gain access to, then maybe we do. So let's give this a priority, and let's drop this priority-wise so they can get up there, rip into that, And then we can actually put in another set of, what are they called? Lumberjack flags back in here to cover down and rip some of this out. It may not be worth the squeeze. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go ahead and max prioritize that as well. They've already got a portion of these stairs in already. Let's go. And then the platform is already done. And we've got 4 days left to get this finalized. Now this one is waiting on lumber, which is weird because we've got 60 units of lumber floating around. That one's just waiting on them to slap it, which is fine. Odd that they've moved to other things and they haven't finished this. I guess maybe one of them will run by. There we go. That one got finalized, and that's just waiting on 6 more logs to go in. And these guys are hungry and thirsty as they come over here, which is acceptable, or it's not that acceptable. Why are you guys putting those in instead of the stairs? Put in the stairs, my guys. Please and thank you. I would appreciate you. Let's pause that. Cancel demolition. Just cancel demolition on this. Just because I foresee an instance in which a couple of errant beavers will run up on here and do something a tad bit ridiculous. And they haven't actually stopped doing this one here. Get up here. Get the logs that are right here. It'll make things easier. Or just make me out to be a goober for doing this unnecessarily. Like I had originally thought that this would be an unnecessary thing to do. Which is totally something that you guys would do. Good job. Yep, I knew that somebody would do that. That's why I did that in that order. So that is good. Go ahead. We should have a beaver come up here and clear this out. This is really not going to be worth the squeeze, honestly, is it? Yeah. We've got Sully in here. Sully's going to have 3 days to clean, or not even 3 days, because we're going to have to fill this in. Get things gone. We'll hit the next one to demolish. There, that'll be good. That will allow for a little bit of lumber maneuvering there, which will be nice. I don't believe I have any other builds going right now, so I really shouldn't need to be too concerned with prioritization of anything right now. So I'll probably have to, or be able to stop raging against that machine anyway. But I would like them to get this done sooner rather than later, which would be quite beneficial. Quite beneficial indeed. So he's going to come back here, grab some more logs, more things to tear down. We've got 3 days left, and we'll have a temperate cycle that should fill this in. I've realized that this was quite empty the last compared to the last time that I looked at this. I'm not entirely sure why it's empty. Right, this thing has been full for 30-day droughts, but it went empty at like day 7 or something remaining, so that's kind of stinky. I'm not a fan of that, but it is what it is. You guys are full, you guys are full. We're doing fine on water. I do think that we can come over here and actually start planting our trees, though. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get our forester in here. And I want to cover as much of this real estate as we can, which means doing something like that. Probably tearing these out. They're not needed anymore. Put in another forester right here. We could, in turn, put in this bad Johnny right here and right here. And that should give a little bit more clearance to that end. Maybe we put this on the other side. Nope, that doesn't actually give us that much in the way of coverage. That gives us decent coverage, though. If we rotate like that, nope. Let's do that. I know it's a tad bit redunculous. We lose a few spots with all of that going in, but that's totally fine. That's acceptable. They've already got the majority of those materials in, so that is good for us to see, and that will fill in a couple of those spots. Now, if we were to put in this staircase right here, and then right here, that should give us coverage on that side, which is brilliant. That's what we want to see. And now, one thing that I wanted to do was actually blast some of this out, actually. We can have a fair bit of this real estate covered down, then that will be really nice. That'll allow us to have a few more things to work with. Now, I think we're going to pause Sully over here. I would like to just make sure that this is not an issue anymore for anybody at all. If you don't have anything to do, you're not connected to anything because reasons. Now you're connected. Why are you not telling me that you don't have anything to do? That's kind of strange. Anyway, whatever. We do need to put in lumberjack flags. 1, 2. Make sure that you can reach all of the things you can, which is good. Now we plant, or actually, I think we want to put in 4. And then we plant, well, first we put in the teeth grindstone because these guys are going to hurt their teeth. And now we plant a bunch of oak. Like that. Like that. And then we tell them that this is all chopped down stuff. Which would be beautiful. It'll be amazing. Now, you guys don't need to be here right now because there's nothing for y'all to be doing. So that means that you can go away. You have coverage for all of those things. This is a nice piece of real estate right here for us to toss in a couple of those guys right there, which means I can then in turn put in more chestnuts. Because apparently we're not doing the greatest on chestnut production, which means that you guys are not going to be that. You're going to be gatherer flags. And that should cover down all of those positions quite nicely without too much consternation. Yeah, blasting this down is going to take a fair amount of dynamite and extract, which we have a fair amount of, so I'm not too concerned about that. I do have a mild concern with this, however. Because this is emptying out. We're down to our last tile and a half. It's fine. We've got a day left. But I feel like we're going to be $1 short. Now, I could stop this side from feeding into here and have this side feed the good water down here. And this will be a reservoir for all of this. Yeah, I think I like that idea, actually. Can we do that? Yes. Yes, we can. So, I want you to auto open. I want you to be auto, and I want you to close above depth of 0.45, and I want you to close above contamination of 1.0 as well. And then I want you to close below contamination of 1.0, right? So in theory, that one should be open right now. If I could grab it. It should be open right now. Right? And when this goes and starts pumping water out, it should fill into here until this is at 0.45, which it, in theory, should be at that depth right now, allowing us to fill this side. And when that gets filled, this will then pump into this area, and that'll be our reservoir. And then we can actually cut into here somehow, maybe blast down and provide us an escape route for that water, because right now there's not anywhere for it to go. It just sits up there. But that'll be a nice piece of... Now we have an idea as to what we're going to be doing with that. I love it! You have nothing to do within range. Okay, that's fine. You've got those 6 to 9 logs available to you. You can eat into those. This is all going in though, so that is brilliant. I do need to make sure that none of this is marked for cutting. It is not. I can also probably put in some... Do we want more chestnuts over here? I think the answer is yes. No, I think we want more oak. More oak, please. All right. There is the end of our route. Temperate cycle's moving. Hopefully this fills up fast, because this stinks not having water available for these guys. How are we doing on this side? we have trees popping, which means we'll have a nice chunk of lumber moving in, which is brilliant. I love to see that. This should be filling up now. On time. Let's go. This is filling in nice and slowly, though. That's not fun. Please fill up faster. We have 6 unconnected buildings. Yes, I know. I did that intentionally. Building needs water. Yes, I know. We have 1 injured beaver. Where were you working? Where were you working? Where were you working? There's nowhere that you were working where you could have or should have gotten hurt. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know what to do with that. Well, we've got a couple guys with nothing to do with their hands. We'll just put them over here because I'll forget that stuff needs to be actually planted or cut down or something, and then I'll get annoyed with myself that I didn't actually get that done. But this is in that emergency situation has been dealt with. We've got a few pieces up here to take care of. We've got that piece right there that needs to get ripped out. And maybe we'll blast this out to make it a little bit easier for that bad tide to roll through. I don't know if that's even necessary, but this is fine. And we could do the smart thing if we wanted to. And come in here, turn this on, and see if that does prevent anything. It's not going to provide the same amount of flow that something like a bad tide would give us, but it is still a bad water flow, or just water flowing through the system. But I think we will avoid doing that unnecessarily. Lumber is moving quite nicely in the positive direction, though. That makes me happy right there. That is beautiful. We finally have triple-digit lumber, which is fantastic. We've got a few more oak left to rip out, which is fine. I'll let Sully here finish that up. That'll be okay. I do have a spot available for a beaver to go do beaver things. I don't think we need anybody in there. We're doing really good on bots. We can unlock this. Maybe that's where we got some injuries from. Let's change you over. And the next bot that gets produced should just roll right into that spot. Now, I would like to expand our bot assembly. There we go. Now we're at 300. Let's go. This is exploding. Look at all of the lumber. Look at all of the lumber. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Probably are going to need a few more beavers in here to help clear out some more of this stuff, but this is fine. I do want to get rid of these paths as well. And another thing that we are going to work on as soon as Sully is done up here, grabbing these last 8 logs, we will actually need to do something about this. Like I said, we're going to do platforms, and we're going to do suspension bridges across the way. I need to rip off the top of this, because right now it doesn't really do anything for us. We can't really do anything with that at all. Now, theoretically, we should just be able to come in here, grab this terrain block, and then rotate that way, and then grab this terrain block, and then do that, and then grab this terrain block, and then do that, and then do that. This is going to take half a second, though. We have a drought coming. Okay, we are not in any rush to do anything anymore. We do not have a bad tide on the way, so that means that my life is a little less chaotic right now. I want you there. Like that. Not like that. Not like that. I don't know why I can't grab this right here. There we go. That fills in that line just like such as. That's beautiful. And that goes right there. This is supposed to go right there. That fills in that spot. And then that goes back there. Beautiful. Let me grab that and put that little piece in right there. That fills in that gap. And then we should be able to just fill that gap in like such as. And I'm going to do this a little bit more quietly in now. All right, that fixes that problem. Probably clean up this corner. This corner is probably unnecessary. You have a shear line right there. That'll be fine. And then all we have to do is toss in one of these bad Johnnies right here-ish. Right here-ish. Oh, I can't put in that bad Johnny right there-ish. You've got a few days left on you, so we're just going to rip you out. You've got 20-something, yeah, you got 27 days left on you. You're getting ripped out, buddy. You're getting ripped out. That'll be good. That'll be great. How are we doing over here? You're bored, so you're fired. Oh, my goodness. What is happening? Where is this? What is happening? This is closed. Right? That is in a closed position. Yes, that is in the closed position. Where is this bad water coming from? We're closed, right? Yeah, it's closed. It's closed. So if I do that, and it's going to do that, so it's closed. Where is this bad water coming from? No. No. Oh. Oh. You remember that thing that I was having a problem with a long time ago that I complained about and was like, I can't remember out how to do this thing? Well, this is that thing. And apparently I never actually closed the loop on that. So we're going to click on this. We're going to give that a max priority. We're going to have a sick beaver for a minute. I should have come over here and close this up, but apparently I don't know how to close loops on anything appropriately. And we're going to go ahead and give this a max priority as well. You guys get out of there. We're going to have some sick beavers. This sucks. We have some antidote on hand, right? Yeah, we've got some antidote on hand. Yeah, that guy. Make some more. We're gonna have a bunch of sick beavers. That's awful. That is not fun. Let's go ahead and toss in. I can't fit that there. Can I fit one of these anywhere? Right here? Cool. Okay. Get it. Antidote. Yeah. Son of oh my goodness. I can't believe I did that. I can believe I did that. I'm annoyed that I did that. We've got to rip this out. Let all that drain out. Thankfully, oh, we need to pause you. Close you so we don't keep filling you up. We're going to need to close that too. I don't want to lose all that water, so we're going to close you for a second. Drain out all this bad water. We didn't lose all of it, but we lost a good bit of it. That's kind of awful. It'll take a second for all that to flush out, which is fine. We'll have to get somebody in here really quickly to backfill this. Honestly, we don't even need a dam on top of that because we're controlling the water flood into here. Can we get that out of here sooner rather than later, please? That would be great. That would be... Oh, don't go into the... Oh, my goodness. Guys! Oh, my goodness. All right. That's flushing out. Okay, we can unpause this. We can hit that open button. That should flush out the poo water for us. We put in a couple levees real quick. Give that a max priority. And... do we fix this? Theoretically, that's in. If we go down one more, should have impermeable flooring. I can't see it. I don't know. But it stopped flowing into here, so that's fine. This is good. We got it rectified. They're putting that in now. We're going to lose a little bit of water. Okay, we saved it before it became a problem. And we've only got 2 unwell beavers. That's not the worst thing that could have happened. I will accept that. Okay, let's check on this down here. Let's hit this button. We'll hit that back on, or turn that back on to automagic. That should feed that up quite easily, and that will be beautiful. So in theory, this should... we need to get into here so I can feed this water. I want to blast this out. So we can have a deeper reservoir. Probably not going to be able to ever fill it up to its max capacity because this is a single piece of water. Or single... what is it called? Water source. It's a single water source. So it won't be able to fill up much. That's at 0.45. That's the depth that we want it to be at. How is this? This is not filling up nearly as much as I would like it to for some strange reason. I'm going to pause you two just because we're doing decent enough on water. And how are we doing on this side? Not anywhere near as full as I would like it to be, but it's only an 18-day drought, so in theory that should not be that much of an issue for us. We won't be consuming that much in the way of water. Did I not set any of that for cutting? I did set that for cutting. Do I not have anybody there to do the cutting? I did. I do. I do not. Do I not have somebody to pick up? I don't think I have anybody actually that can reach that. How's this? That's another hot minute until that can get done. So we're going to rip that out. Give that a minor priority bump right there. And then check on what's happened here. They didn't actually rip this out. I didn't tell them to? I did tell them to. I did give them a bunch of priorities over that, though. So that's why that didn't get accomplished. I accept full responsibility for that. This is going to take a hot second for all that to be replanted because I did the goober things. Which is fine. You know, I accept that I foobarred that. Okay? I completely... forgot to put this in, so that's fine. This is fine. But this is good. We got a lot more real estate over here to work with, which means we've got a lot more lumber in the future that's going to be available to us. I think they nerfed how bad the beavers get negatively affected by the bad tide, because I should have a few more unwell beavers and a lot more contaminated beavers than what I currently have. Unless they're able to take this stuff proactively, but I don't believe that they can. Let's change you over to a bot, because we do have a bot sitting around doing nothing with their hands. Get you in there doing something with your time, which would be nice. I do have this spot over here. I did want to put in maybe a farmhouse right there. That'll give us a spot to then plant a bunch of sunflower seeds. Unnecessarily, but it's a place for us to plant sunflower seeds. Now, I'm not going to complain about free food. You can reach over there technically, so why not? We'll put in some more sunflower seeds on this side. Sure. Is it ridiculous? Yes. Is it necessary? No. Am I going to do it? You bet your bottom dollar I will. I don't think that's the phrase, but I'm going to stick with it, okay? Sweet. That's in. That's going. Lumber's not. We have a lot of lumber over here. Okay. Let's go ahead and rip that out too. We'll rip that out and that out. And then we'll also rip... Don't need to rip that out. That means I could just put that right there. We'll put another lumberjack flag right there. Give that a priority. That's already been taken care of, so that's beautimous. We'll put in a few more lumberjack flags, and that should cover down all those positions. That means that we can get all of this lumber, which will be beautiful. It will be beautiful. I think we can rip that out right there, hit this button right here, and then that'll give us another spot for more beavers to do the beavery things. Brilliant. Now we can finally get up into here, which means that we can do something like this. Somehow, some way. Maybe we just tear out this staircase right there. And then give us a path right there. And that should work. Now we just do this. And then we do this. And then we do this. Like so. Then we grab this bad Johnny. Oh, they're going to come up here and start raging. There's so much dirt readily available, and they've got so many spots to place stuff now. They're gonna rage. They're gonna rage so hard against this machine, and I love it. Just running dirt. Thousands upon thousands of units of dirt all over the place. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. This is what we're here for. Y'all want to see random big builds that get accomplished and build big buildy things, and it's beautiful and I love it. In theory, once we get a lot of this accomplished, we might have to actually do like some sort of star or something out here to allow access to some of these other pillars and whatnot, but this should be doable. Waiting for the previous thing to get accomplished, but you aren't doing anything, probably because that needs to be done. Okay, so then we do this, and then do the same like that, and then do another suspension bridge like that. Then probably do the same thing over here, honestly. Let's grab this. I can't place that there. Place this here, though. So that explains why that side wasn't getting accomplished. That can fill in that line, though. But I should be able to... Can I place this on the ground? I don't think I can. I cannot... Let's see here. No, but I can do something ridiculous like this and then place this out like that. No, I can't. Nope, I can't do that. Because I took their access to that point away. And let's see here. Can I put this on here? I can. Means I can somehow finagle my way in somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. But in theory, they should be able to come across here, plant that, or put in those pieces of dirt right there. And then that in turn means that that piece can get placed, which means all of that can get placed. And that means that this line gets started and all the other fun jazz. Yeah, I think I messed up by having them all going in the same direction. I think I may have done a terrible idea there. It's not exactly going to work out anywhere near like I had planned it would work. Boo. I need that to be built in order to do, yeah. I should not have done what I've done here. Okay, let's just go ahead and rip that out. Rip this out. We've got lumber now. We've got 1,000 units of lumber, so that's pretty freaking awesome. I will call that a win. But what I think I am going to do here is I'm going to play with this, move the couple 1,000 units of dirt here to get this whole thing placed. Somehow finagle a point in space where I can make a nice reservoir here, if not on the next here, and we're gonna get this portion done. That all being said, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you guys had a fantastic day wherever you're on the world. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. And thanks again for being here, enjoying some Timberborn goodness with me. And I hope that you would be so kind as to hit that like button. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, I would appreciate that as well. We're encroaching on the mythical 1,000, which is fantastic. It's glorious and it's amazing. But that all being said, wherever you're on the world, stay safe, stay thirsty. Make sure your beavers are nice and hydrated as well. And we'll catch you all in the next episode of I Don't Know What to Do With My Hands. I'm out. See ya!
Tunnels twist where the roots once grew. In the muck, the madness brews. Platforms rise, the air turns thin. A gamble of tales, a fight to win. The chaos hums beneath their skin. Mud and dreams, water and sky. Will the folktale sink or fly? Beaver overlord, your shadow's long, your whistle calls, your teeth are strong. Can the folktales bend? Not break. Oh, how much more can the heartwood take? They gnaw the night, the stars stand still. Each splinter screams, each beam a wind. Raging waters, the dam's last breath. Is it survival or just a dance with Beavers say you can't move a mountain. I say that they ain't never met me. I'm working overtime at the dirt factory. Load it up, load it up, load it up. Let me see you put that dump truck up. We build it brick by brick, all day and all night, layering it to the sky. Stack it up. One time for the beaver down the road. Two times for the ones I don't know. Three times for the ones who don't know. You can do it if you put in the work. Beaver, just wait till I'm in my zone. When I get to building, I just can't stop. And if you need me, you can find me on the clock. Build it up, build it up, build it up. Let me see you get them loaders up. And if I go too fast, just let me know. And I can slow it down, we can take it slow.
There we go. Nice and complete for the most part. Now we get to do that all over again, just one step higher. And hopefully it's a little less painful this time. But we shall see. But again, thank you all for being here. I hope you guys had a fantastic day wherever you're in the world. Make sure you guys stay nice and thirsty, nice and healthy, nice and hydrated. We'll catch you all in the next episode of... I don't know why we're playing with dirt this much. But I'm out. See ya!